Hello, welcome to another episode of Wrath of the Righteous. I'm Serial. Well, playing through this, I guess now it's the start of book 2, so if you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining us. You're roughly about 30-something episodes behind, but that's okay. The highlights, I don't do highlights, but... Okay. Will Sir Garms, my gods, you're a portly man. Well, show me what you have, buddy. Oh. Flowing scales. What is that? +2 scale mail. With a okay. Pain for remorse. +2 spiked heavy steel shield for use of the shield bash. Oh, it does extra damage on a shield bash. Double jeopardy. That sounds bad. It's a lot of damage for a club. I wouldn't mind knowing if there is a magical Falcata somewhere. My blade is not magical. I mean, if we're gonna do that, actually, I kind of need another one, another +1. It's for Sela. Mithril chain shirt +2. Someone has one, don't they? Yeah. She does, but hers is named. It's all fancy. Gloves of dueling. +2 ring of protection. Adamantine full plate. Ooh. Adamantine's nice because it adds a flat DR to it, depending on the type of material or the type of armor. In this case, it's just a flat DR3. Blade of Order. Whenever this +2 scimitar lands a hit on a chaotic evil creature, it applies a -1 penalty to that creature's damage roll until the end of combat. It stacks up to a -5. Wow. I know a couple good built like ceremonial Falcata. Oh shit. How much is this? This +2 Falcata grants a +5 morale bonus on all persuasion checks. Wow. Whenever the wielder uses Dazzling Display, all affected creatures suffer 1d8 sonic damage. You know, there's a swashbuckler archetype that actually allows you to swap out like finesse weapons for the Falcata and use it in place of, like, say, a rapier or whatever you normally do. And that is a good trade because Falcata is an amazing weapon. And that would be chef's kiss right there. Dawn of Life. +3 tower shield. Jinx. A +2 cold iron falchion. So falchion's like a scimitar, but it's two-handed. Nimble edge. This one +1 speed S stock confirms a critical hit on an enemy. The wielder gets +2 morale bonus on dexterity, and they can attack. Each attack they make is an additional D4 piercing for 2d3 rounds. Wow, not bad for a +1. Quick punishment. Sawtooth saber. I would really like to be able to get the Ceremony of Falcutta. I don't even have close to the amount of cash. I can get a regular +2 Falcutta. This is a +2 breastplate. While I'm here, I might as well go ahead and drop some stuff off, you know? Help knock the cost down on the 2 full plates. Not sure where I got the fork. Alright, we're gonna deal. Alright. There we go. Properly geared. So
Watch out for trouble.
yeah, this is basically my camp. I was made to a commander, which I'm not sure how I personally feel about that, but you know, it's the game that we're playing. This is a chapel tent. Altar Torag, Altar Cinerate, Altar Rastil, Altar of Desna. And Altar of Almade. So there's not a single one for Abadar. Alright.
Keep your calm.
feel kind of incensed, actually, but... Some cold iron gear, if you wanted it. Field magic. Field hospital. Yes. Alright. I'm apparently getting the tour. Anonymous pamphlet. Spit on a speech of Canabras, spit on its granite walls and its stained glass windows. Tomorrow the ground trembles, splits apart, and devours this cursed city and will not shed one tear. No one here, not a single soul deserves any compassion. No one who lives in the city is a criminal. Everyone who lives in the city is a criminal. If there are any justice in the world, everyone would be hanging from the gallows. Prelate Hurud and Queen Galfrey chief among them. Okay. Alright. I'll take it, but kind of a weird place to find this. I guess it makes sense. Good God, Seela, you're so boisterous. Yuck it up while you can, girl. Group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. I would have really liked to have the voice actors here. Alright. So picture this. My sword is by the fire. There are 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt. Or wonder what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught him about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my sword. So what did you do? What I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know, so they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword and they spot me. So I jump over the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt and grab my sword and yell in my big tough voice. Oh, and here to grant me the power to... And just imagine just, you know, a half-nude Seela. Anyway. Oh, and here to grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures. My sword shining, the goblins are screaming. I jump to attack them, they fight back. But I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. She takes a sip from the flask. Hey, stop gulping. Let us leave some for us. We've only just set it off, and already you're drinking with the queen in the camp? Stop this at once. The knights quickly snap to attention. Seela raises his flask and says, "Right you are, Commander Terrorblade. But we are drinking to the queen's health." Show some discipline. My apologies, Commander. That's that's better. You're a paladin in the army, not a mercenary on our raiding party. Make sure you act like it. Gotta lay down the law, as it were. Order it up. I kind of cringe at the thought. What the hell? Oh, it's the traveling troop. Good afternoon, your commander-ness. Do you remember us? We're the crew of the Next Door Theater Company. The one who saved the Canabras back when you weren't commander-ness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We've signed up to clean pots and mend soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater is expensive, so we often have to take side jobs. But we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crown scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Kim. He's invented a way to solve the problem using sound. We caught a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned out village. We put the piglets in a box to scare them a little, and the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde. But the most important question is choosing lead actor who will play the Knight Commander. We've had a right Barney over at breaking a number of lances, as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have two candidates that are most suited for the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. Do you have any other actors? We're a small and poorly funded theater, and we only have a few actors, but they're also talented, one of a kind. I've chosen the ones that are best fit for your role. Trust my vision. I have more than a few successful plays under my belt. To be played by a gnome? Two gnomes, Rumbledum and Harrowfin are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat so they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each of their moment get their moment of fame. That way, each other have to learn half the script. Cyclops. He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just take some short heroic explanation of a fateful moment like, onward, or we'll never give up. Or, my heart burns with courage. Lambkin can definitely handle the script. Alright. Yeah, you're the director. You do what you do. That was amusing. I would not personally be very comfortable with having any sort of play made on my behalf. I would be so uncomfortable throughout it. What's Darren doing here? I thought you were going to quit, dude. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you will scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amongst snoring soldiers, be rudely woken by the freezing cold, and have to look upon dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me too. I just rented a sailboat to the south. I've also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. Fucking douche. You know, I'm genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland on a whim, you see, but you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together. But of course, Darren grimaces, not under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. Yeah, I'll be blunt. You don't intrigue me, not the way you obviously had in mind, but you. Yeah. Okay. Alright, get lost then. I won't. More along the lines of 4. I'll play nice. Who? Me? Where? In this travel district? Pardon me, I mean, in this army? Offers a doubtful smile. You must be joking. Of course I won't stay. Who in his right mind would trade a luxurious, carefree life for this crusade? In any case, I tend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it's I who is staying and someone else who's heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it's not one good. It does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I'm assuming I shall be in your most precious memory of this most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter bow. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. Okay. Apparently I triggered his scene. Which, no thank you. But more to the point, I decided for my mythic path, or mythic power, I took abundant casting. And what that did is it took my meager spell power slots and multiplied them by a lot. So, great. Suddenly I don't want to respec as badly. Nuradentiwar's tent?
Focus on the goal.
Well, I'm just gonna leave all that stuff here. I feel like I'm stealing, even though there's probably no consequence whatsoever for me taking any of it. Iskari and Baphomet soon. I have numerous questions for them. Alright, well this is their tent. Oh, I remember this. Okay. Later. Remember me? I'm Jurnon. We spoke at Defender's Heart. So you're the command of the Crusade now. Now, Rassel knows it's hard to imagine someone worthy of taking the post of the Savior of Nautilus. Alright. Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. Okay. Who the heck are you people? The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air which she just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of a ruler of Mindev appears calm and thoughtful as she has made her move and now waits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomedae herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Interesting.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Bainik.
Alright.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomedae also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
Bard?
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Alright. Well, I'll just start from the top, as usual.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme. And beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss. A war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance. And I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the Crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
I'm pretty sure it destroyed the Warstones. Just saying. I know it's been like a week since I last played, but...
Of course, I shall answer. That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss. Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions. Justice was nowhere to be found that day. The army had become a mob, and the tribunal was a prelude to what that mob craved: bloody carnage. I am the Queen of Mendev, and the leader of the Crusades. Justice served on my behalf cannot look like
that. Yeah, I'm a bit more hardcore.
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
Okay.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead. We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess. Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the world wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the Magus to explore the origins of the world wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the world wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold. The very threshold of the Abyss. Wonderful. I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Canopus, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. In any case, I am glad you did not allow the demons to commit sacrilege and gain control over the wardstone in Canopus. We might have lost one of the wardstones, but the chain is still standing.
Oh, now she acknowledges, yeah, we lost one, but, you know, the rest still survive.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again? Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Damn, the responses here. Okay. So if I pick a good response, my queen, I'd like to ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the Crusade and a blessing of memory that you carry is maybe decisive in this battle. So that can bring her along, maybe. Or I could just straight call her out, because apparently I can see something. The Church of Iomede really spent so much effort prolonging your life, Queen, just so you can watch the battle from the rear. You're the living banner of a crusade, and your duty is on the front lines. Oh, shit. Okay.
Long time since anyone tried to talk to me quite like that. Like an interrogator at a trial.
The Queen seems astonished, but not outraged. Maybe you need it. I mean, okay, for a war to go on for 100 years, that's not a good look.
I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the Crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
So in the end, you're still wearing a mask.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, no. I appreciate it.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
That is a blithering mouthful, even for me. What the?
It is a great honor, I suppose.
The adequacy of any measure can only be assessed against the reason that prompted it. Isn't that so, Count? I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself.
I still get him either way.
Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the Crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
He's not thrilled with this. I'm kind of not either. I mean, he's being a life oracle is useful and all, but...
Then let's get going. May Ayomade help us.
I kind of want to fill his spot with a bard, if I'm honest. So here's Olivia. Alright. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers and crusaders say about you. Some say that Almade came to you and appointed you a herald. Others say that you died, and honest to God's angel is now leading the army to disguise as you. Still, others say it was just an explosion of an alchemist lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really changed since the Great Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... stronger? More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. By Desna, I hope you'll be as dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. All right. I don't think I ever got through this with Anivia. Anyway, I'll go through it. If you want to pause it, read it for yourself. Alright. Alright, well that was a lot of
Watch out for trouble.
RP and storytelling. Anyway, I think I'm going to break here. And next episode, I think I'm going to go out and get to it, see what goes on from here. Kind of exciting stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.